Hi, my name is Joseph Parker, WBO champion of the world, and you're watching Sporting Icons.
Now, I'm not quite sure why, but this did actually take me by surprise. And I'm talking about Joseph Parker calling out not just Derek Chisora to try and reschedule their fight, but he's also offering David Haye a fight too. And this is what Joseph Parker had to say. Derek Chisora, ignore that fake heavyweight, David Haye. Let's fight March in London. I will end your career. P.S. David Haye, I'll fight you too if you're up for it. That's Joseph Parker's statement. Now, of course, these guys were supposed to fight. I'm talking about Parker and Chisora. These guys were supposed to fight a couple of weeks back there at the O2 Arena on the undercard or as chief support for Regis Prograis versus Josh Taylor. Joseph Parker pulled out due to a spider bite. Things happen in training camps, whether it be a spider bite, which I've never heard of before, but of course it can happen, especially where he trains over there in Las Vegas. But, you know, flu and all kinds of things. So plenty of things can disrupt a training camp. So if you end up taking the fight, you're not going to be 100%. Joseph Parker took maybe the right decision in saying that, you know what, I haven't trained properly, therefore I'll wait until I do train properly. So for me, I don't have too much of an issue with it. Of course, I really want to see that fight. I want to see it then. I wanted to see it a few months ago. And of course, I want to make sure that these guys do actually get the fight on. Now, as far as David Haye goes, it's a little bit weird. I'm presuming that's why the reason why he said this about David Haye is because David Haye, he's been making quite a lot of noise about how he wants the winner of Anthony Joshua, Andy Ruiz Jr. to vacate the WBO World Heavyweight title. So Alexander Usyk, of course, he's the mandatory for the WBO. He will fight for the vacant, and David Haye wants Derek Chisora to fight Alexander Usyk for the vacant WBO World Heavyweight title, a title that Joseph Parker once held. Now, I can understand it to a point, but with David Haye, I mean, he hasn't fought since he lost to Tony Bellew for a second time. But ultimately, I wouldn't be surprised with David Haye, to be honest with you, anything for a pound note. But the thing is that Joseph Parker and David Haye, these guys have always got on quite well. I mean, David Haye, he was supposed to fight Joseph Parker a couple of years back there when Parker had won the WBO World Heavyweight title when it was vacant when he defeated Andy Ruiz Jr. And his first defense, because WBO said no unification, no nothing, you must defend against your mandatory. At the time, it was David Haye. David Haye pulled out and went after Tony Bellew. Then he was replaced by Hughie Fury. So originally these guys were supposed to fight. But then with Hughie Fury and Joseph Parker, of course, Joseph Parker, he had to travel over to the UK and he used the gym of David Haye. In addition to the fact when Joseph Parker, he took on Anthony Joshua and Dillian Whyte, again, he used the gym of David Haye. So for all intents and purposes, I presume that these two got on quite well. Really, I do. Maybe he's a little bit upset. The fact that when he does fight Derek Chisora, he's not going to be able to use that gym. He's going to have to go use somebody else's gym. Because obviously David Haye's not going to let him use that gym, is he? So maybe, I have no idea, but it'd be pretty interesting, wouldn't it? And as I said, I wouldn't be at all surprised if David Haye actually accepts it, because it's going to bring in some money, isn't it? But ultimately, for me, I want to see Joseph Parker take on Derek Chisora. For me, as much as I am intrigued about a Usyk versus Chisora fight, for a title, has Derek Chisora really earned a world title shot ahead of quite a few other people? I'm not too sure about it, to be honest. But either way, I think if he fights and defeats a Joseph Parker, then we could probably go, yeah, maybe. But of course, Parker, he knows full well that if he defeats Derek Chisora, he's in line for that world title shot. So it will be him versus Alexander Usyk if the winner of Ruiz Joshua vacate the WBO. So anyway, that's what's going on. Joseph Parker has called out not only Derek Chisora, but also David Haye. Drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.